Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast brave enough to talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander good and not a flopping crybaby. I'm your host, Jack, a.k.a. Jokic Joestar. With me, as always, the world-famous Pablo, and we are joined by the esteemed, the academically minded, the eloquently spoken _Cone from YouTube and Twitter and all this other shit. Cone, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I appreciate the eloquence of that intro and using that to describe me. I think that's the first time I've gotten that one. It's funny hearing academic eloquence and then _Cone. The underscore really, it really sells my academic name, so I appreciate it. I do want to notify the listeners. Last time there was a mysterious dripping above my apartment, and
Oh yes.
Today I have not heard it. So hopefully there's none, but I will say for the first time in the history of New York City, I think there are people, it sounds like a weed whacker. I don't know if y'all have ever been to New York City. Not many weeds to whack, but perhaps that's their doing, and I'm just ungrateful. So hopefully that is not heard outside my window, but I woke up and I was like, I've never heard this sound before. So it's
nice. But we can't hear it. I can't hear anything. I don't know about Pablo. Okay. It sounds great. Yeah, we have a running bit on here where, like, anytime a city comes up, like, that's our favorite character. Our favorite character in a movie would be, like, the city of New York or whatever. And so in the last podcast we did with you, that was probably the best guest we had, was the city of New York dripping in the background.
Yeah, I'm glad it lived up to the hype, because I know y'all had Anne Hathaway, the podcast episode before, and a lot of people are disappointed to see me. So I'm glad New York City also joined on, because otherwise it would have been a steep drop-off. Steeper than it already was. So, yeah.
Pablo, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I have first take on my TV. Cam Newton is on the TV, and he has an enormous hat on.
So I was gonna ask,
I'm a little
how's
bit
that hat
distracted. I'm a little distracted. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, I need
the
to
tagline
be a
is
stylist.
What should we be saying about Tua now? And I'm in.
Bro, I'll tell you what.
should we
As
be
somebody
saying?
who was hoping for a bit of a better offensive game last night, I was texting Theo Ash DM'd me because he was like, "You're not impressed by Tua or whatever." I think he was joking, and I responded. I was like, "I really appreciate how, for a casual like myself, a guy making like more nuanced mistakes might be kind of confusing. So to throw on a game and see a man just like make Looney Tunes like accidents is so funny. Just stare at a wide open receiver and be like, I don't know about this. I better hold on to the ball, guys.
It's scary. Football's scary. I don't blame him. I think if anything, he's just smart. And he's like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want someone else to get hurt. I'm just going to throw it to the other team and call it a day.
Well, no, he canonically has brain damage, like massive brain damage.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen it live on film. That's fair. Yeah.
I didn't want to say that on Twitter because it felt like tone deaf, but like it is crazy that we've had all of that go down, and now we're watching him make decisions in real time, and it's like, oh, this is tough.
I mean, yeah, he's got a subpar brain, subpar arm. I mean, not the fastest legs, not a guy who could live off running, and I think he's had hip problems in the past too. So this guy's not playing with a full deck. And you know what? I think I can't tell because we don't know nearly enough about football, and so. I can't like realistically disagree with the Theo Ash take, but when he talks about Joe Burrow, I'm like, this is the most psychotic thing ever, or he's just like that far beyond everyone because Joe Burrow is injured and he's like, Jake Browning is not that far behind. Like they're not gonna miss a beat.
Nice.
I'm like, I don't know. He seems pretty good to me. I'm not watching the all 22, but that seems like a little unrealistic.
That's us talking about like Goga Batadze stepping up when someone goes down, and it's like, I think the Magic are probably better off with this guy in the lineup.
But it's like I don't even think it'd be one thing like for me. Like, it's not like Jake Browning is his Bryce Sensabaugh. Like, he just
Yeah.
hates Joe. Who would be I guess, like, Pablo. Like, I guess maybe that's the equivalent. It would be like, man, if those shots did go to... Who would take Pablo's shots? I guess just
Franz,
Franz.
probably, yeah. Or even Jalen Suggs, which, like, I mean, I'm not going to act like he's a better scorer than Paolo, but he's pretty good. Yeah. So, and I mean, do you have any other football thoughts, Cone, before we get into the actual basketball stuff?
I'm unfortunately a Cowboys fan. I know everyone's getting
Okay.
the booing has already started. I know. I know.
Guys,
I
send
don't
some
have
hate
any-
to his DMs.
Yep, guys, let's see some death threats in his DMs,
Yeah.
please.
Let's up those numbers, y'all. It's disappointing, but yeah, I'm unfortunately a Cowboys fan. My dad made me one when I was younger. My brother escaped that and just is like, I don't really know. Kind of root for a few different teams. Like he's very casual about it. I unfortunately got into it. But yeah, I don't like football. It's nice to have because basketball, I feel like I'm like in the matrix. Like I'm seeing everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm very into it. Football, I'm like, that was cool, or like that was bad. Why'd you do that?
I'm
And
pure
it's
eye
like-
test, baby. Don't
Yeah.
talk to me about it.
I feel like the ball don't stop a football sometimes. Where I'm like, I see tweets about like average depth of target and stuff. I'm like, what is this nonsense?
You're
like, just
ruining
watch-
the game.
Yeah, you're ruining the game. Just watch with eye test interception. That was dumb. Why'd you do
You
that?
should throw that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There's the other guy there. You're not supposed to throw it. So I feel very eye test, like pure hooper with football, and I like that. That's fun. So.
Yeah, I agree. That's so funny. Because that's how I felt when Tua threw the interception last night. I was like, obviously, that was not getting through. Dude. There was like half the team between you
Not
and
a
that
read I
receiver.
wouldn't make.
Yeah, I probably would have just checked that one down, pal. Oh my god.
I
So
wonder
we're
if
here.
they have a ball don't stop a football. Like what
There
would
has
they even...
to be. Because, like, I feel like football, the culture up until a certain point was, like, primarily ball don't stop. I feel like when I was younger and, like, just kind of listening to, like, sports radio or whatever, football, like, there's like, a ton of euphemisms about being tough and, like, the best guy wins the game and stuff. And,
Yeah.
like, just not really a culture that lent itself to, like, like you're seeing on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's like quarterback loses, quarterback worse than other quarterback feels like so ball don't stop to me. Like I feel like honestly football, it might just be the entirety of it. That might be his sport. Maybe he should try that out. I don't know if ball don't stop likes football, but I think he'd like it.
Well, he's Canadian, so I don't know if he's indoctrinated. But they have the CFL. It is popular there, but I don't know if he's into it. I just pulled up his Twitter because I forgot about him. I haven't heard from him in a long time. And he tweeted out, Mavericks backcourt next season with Kyrie Irving out looks loaded. All hoopers. And it's a picture of Dennis Smith Jr., Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and who even is this? Is that Brandon Williams? Who is that?
What number are they? Number 10?
I think that's
Yeah.
Brandon Williams.
I mean, if 2 out of 3 say it's Brandon Williams, who am I to disagree? I don't give a fuck. Let me just Brandon.
I didn't even know.
Williams.
Was Dennis Smith Jr. there last season?
I
No,
don't
they
think
like
so.
just picked him back up, but that's incredible because my main thing with the Mavericks is I'm like their backcourt kind of sucks with
That's
Kyrie
what I
hurt.
think too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because
I'm
I
like,
love that.
oh, they don't have
They're
really
four
shot
hoopers.
creation. Like, who's going to be the playmaker? Like, how are they going to, the 3-point shooting is a question mark. But he's like, Jane Hardy, this is his year.
Jaden
Like,
Hardy.
It could be. It really
this
could be.
I will say it's definitely better. I saw a screenshot like a few weeks ago where it was like, is Cooper Flag gonna start at point guard for them? And at that point, I was like, yo, he cannot dribble. Like we're starting like 0-10
hey,
at that
it's-
point.
It's been an off season. Could have been doing drills, idiot. Don't count your eggs before they hatch.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing that. The person who started, if they started him at point guard, that would be count. Whatever. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good backcourt to me. But I do like for everything D'Angelo Russell has been through in the NBA, I do feel like I've seen him be pretty good at basketball at stretches, and it's always been a little bit difficult for me to give up the concept of him.
He's one of those guys that I'm still impressed has like Stan accounts like he does. Like every now and again, I see a D'Lo Stan account. I'm like, it's like that thing. Japanese soldier kept fighting after World War II ended for like 30 years or whatever. It's like, I mean, keep going. Like you love your guys, but it's funny because last year against the Brooklyn, he had that great first game, and afterwards, like he was rough. Like it was bad in
Yeah.
Brooklyn. And now he's like, I think I'm still in my prime, which I don't expect him to say otherwise.
Yeah.
But it's like, who's asking him about this?
I was gonna say, where does that even stem from? Because like, what was peak D'Lo? And I was like, is it really just the Ohio State highlights? Because that's a big thing. But
His
I guess
Brooklyn
it would be
season
Brooklyn.
was
Yeah.
it was very cool. It wasn't just like pretty productive. It was like they were a young upstart team. I would also say like deloading is a pretty good like nickname to give people, and I feel like
He's
that
a
was
cool
like big
guy.
when he was going around. Yeah,
He invented ice in your veins celebration,
he
right?
did.
And
Or,
he did
a,
I-
or a pioneer.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he ain't even stretched though. He did that.
And he
He's a
snitched
trendsetter.
on Swag. That's honestly
Well,
crazy
that's
for him.
he's a hero for that. He saved them Iggy Azalea from infidelity, and now
That's
now
true.
she's streaming with Neon. So maybe I don't know. Maybe she
Okay.
guys did she deserve a fake marriage? Comment down below.
Comment down below. Guys, should D'Lo have let Nick Young continue cheating on her? Comment down below. All right. We're here today to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder and what the 2025-26 season might have in store for them. I have a standard slate of questions that I'm sure will lead us into different conversation topics and shit like that. The first that I have to ask you, Cone, were you happy with how your team's season went last year? Yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, I would be if they didn't get such a fraud ring. The fact that they're
Yeah.
fraudulent champions, didn't live up to the hype from the regular season. I mean, it was impressive how quickly, like, I changed my profile picture on Twitter to the one I had of me holding the Larry O'Brien trophy. Like, after they won, I was like, this is either the corniest thing ever or it kind of has aura. It was a little bit of a split thing. Most people said that it was cool, but almost immediately someone said fix it for you and commented a picture of just this big asterisk, like poorly photoshopped on the trophy. I was like, that's kind of impressied how quickly
He
we
got
did that.
your ass. Damn.
It was kind of hilarious. Once we won, I was like, okay, that's funny. But I would say seeing them win an NBA championship was pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm a crybaby loser who cried when they won.
I was going to bring this up.
Yeah.
Yes. How did it feel to be the crybaby meme on Twitter for a little bit there?
Yeah,
That
I still see
killed
it.
me.
I still see it pop up. I think, was it your tweet that knowing that I was in Game 6, at Game 6, who hit that crazy shot at the end of the third quarter? Like someone hit a big shot, and you're like, knowing Cone right now is in Indiana watching this has me crying, laughing, or something. Like that
It was probably Game 6 was the Jalen Williams game, right?
No, Game 6 was in Indiana when I spent money to go there because I'm like, what if we finish it there? And then we got murdered. Yeah, that was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a game, but no, like it was. It's fine. It's Twitter. It's the way it goes, and it's so funny that I still see that video used. Like people still send me. Honestly, it gets used on NFL Twitter a good bit at this point. So maybe I need to shift over there a little. But I can't lie. I was a little bit worried when we lost Game 6. I was like, we cannot lose Game 7, or that video will literally never go away. Like it's gonna be the worst thing that's ever happened. And I want to address the allegations. It was not fake crying. It was real. The reason I was being recorded is because I work with Snapback Sports, and we do like these experience videos going to games. And like, since I'm a diehard Thunder fan, I was there, and I was being recorded for that video. Like it was just purely, I didn't go, hey, record me. I was being recorded. That's why I had a microphone. And I'd been recorded with the phone, but then that stopped. But then he pulled out a camera to use for the actual video, because the phone, I didn't know the video was going on Twitter. I learned when I saw it on Twitter, and everyone was murdering me.
Guys,
But
Professor Yapaholic here wants you to know that I went to the coffee shop, I brought my feminist literature, someone just happened to be there with a camera. I did that.
Yeah.
That was funny. But because it was one thing when I saw people being like, why the fuck are you crying or whatever. I was like, okay. But the first one I saw where they were like, clearly this is staged. I was like,
Yeah.
what? It doesn't take that much to get emotional at a basketball game or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I tweet out on Twitter, like, I'm like, I'll die for Alex Caruso. People are surprised I'm crying. Like, he gets one steal. I'm like, I'd literally end my life if I had to save Alex Caruso's for this playoff run. And they're surprised I'm having tears at a basketball game. The video is kind of hilarious, though. I won't lie. Like, it is a funny video. And yeah, so I've addressed the allegations. That is me doing that. But it was good to see them win a championship. I had a lot of fun on the run. Very happy I got to be in the building for Game 7. I don't want to talk about how much the ticket cost me because it still hurts to this day. But because I'm someone who's like, oh, wait, the ticket prices will drop. And then I woke up the day before the game without a ticket. I'm like, they did not drop. They went up like $400.
That's such a hilarious strat to use with Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, looking back now, it was real dumb idiot energy to go ahead and do that.
Guys,
I felt like a real silly goose.
It's gonna come down. You have to buy low, sell high.
It was the most I've ever felt like my dad, who is like, that is his thing. He's like, wait as long as possible. The tickets will keep dropping. We'll be like when we were younger, my brother's a Sixers fan. We'd drive up from Virginia, where I grew up, towards Philly, and we'd be there. It's like 30 minutes before the game. He's like, the tickets are going to keep dropping. Like, we won't buy yet. So
hold, and you guys are just like three full sections apart. You each get one individual seat per section.
Yeah.
I love older guy financial rules. I just remembered like a week ago that my grandpa used to only get gas on Wednesdays, I think, or Tuesdays. He's like, it's the cheapest day. What is this?
That's so
based on?
sick to be like,
Fuck yeah.
the car's about to break down without gas. It's like, I can't do it. It's not a Wednesday. It's not gas day.
Pal, it's Monday. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere tomorrow.
And you know,
Yeah,
Cone, if it's any consolation, I had never seen this video before. But I searched up Cone crying, and then now I see two. Wait, so you got to hold? That's the real Larry O'Brien. That's from this year?
they have like a few of them. So it's not like it was like the traveling one they had, because they were doing a bunch of like media type stuff before the finals, and with Snapback we do like trivia, and they brought it to our office, and it was like whoever won each of our trivia videos got to hold it up. So I got to hold it, which was cool. So yes, it is the real Larry O'Brien. Some people thought it was corny because I'd photoshopped it, but no, it's the actual like a Larry O'Brien trophy. So
How heavy?
it was cool. It was heavy, and listen, I kind of built like Brandon Ingram. I can't lie. Like, I don't have. I'm not. The gun show doesn't exist over here. Like, you don't got to worry about Second Amendment anything. I don't have anything.
You have a
here.
plus wingspan?
I think I might be more Desmond Bain. I'm not as Desmond Bain
no.
as Desmond Bain.
I have the mass of Ingram and the length of Bain. The reverse would be epic.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was the. I think I'm like looking at. I think it might be positive. I'm gonna measure after this, and I'm gonna send this to y'all. This information.
Perfect. Sweet.
I'm gonna run a whole combine in case anybody watches this. And they're like, we're gonna get
okay.
this guy on our NBA team. So I'll send y'all that information. But winning a championship, it's pretty cool. Big fan of it. I hope we do it again. But it's so funny how much like things don't feel like they matter anymore if your team wins a championship, like basketball wise. I'm like I'd be like, oh, it'd be so annoying if people were talking about your ring having an asterisk or this or that, and like all the shade discourse and stuff. We won a ring. I don't care about anything.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel so good. I've never felt better over an off-season basketball-wise. I've never felt better going into another season. Like, it's crazy how it really does just fix everything. I get ring culture, people, after I saw my team win a championship. Now I'm like, is Shea the greatest player to ever play the game because he got a championship? Like, yeah, I get it.
Last year, you're like, guys, context matters, and now just sunglasses on, holding the Larry. Guys,
that's how it is.
Maybe finish the job next time. Maybe when you get the opportunity, maybe finish the job. Yeah. I was the same way when the Nuggets won. It blows me away seeing. And you know, Twitter's just life for some people. Like, that's what they do. Like, seeing Thunder fan accounts online, like, actually entertaining any asterisk talk at this point. I'm like, dude, you like just take the summer off. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing. First of all, there's nothing you're gonna say after like the Thunder just played that way the entire playoff run. But
I
furthermore,
don't know.
like,
The right graphic might do it. It might end all discourse. Because have you seen Mambalytics 824? He's got some graphics that might shut down all Kobe dissent. So OKC
Yeah.
fans could do the same thing. Keep trying, guys.
And so it's just like, yeah, that all. I mean, I'm shocked every time I see it. Where I'm just like, dude, you guys won. You won. And so like that, it really is the best feeling in the world. It's just like, okay, anything anyone has to say at this point, you're coping because your team lost. I'm not trying to hear that shit. And so, yeah, it was a very dominant season. The only thing I wrote down, I wanted to know, were you more nervous Pacers series or Nuggets series? It seems like Pacers probably takes it a little bit. What was it like?
Yeah, because it's weird because like the Nuggets to me were like, we get over this hump, I feel really good about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like playing Denver, playing Jokic, like this is like they were the scariest team to me in the entire field, especially once Boston goes down. I'm like, okay, like the Cavs are also really good, but I feel, Shea is very clearly the
It's
best
just like,
player.
yeah, the Cavs have a good regular season team. I'm not that worried about them.
It's so
Those little
funny.
guys
Like,
over there, they're pretty fun.
there are certain teams I just refuse to give up on. Like, I'm like, yeah, the Cavs are going to win the East this year. And then I'm like, the Sixers, is this for like the 8th year in a row, potentially their chance? Like, I just can't quit the Sixers for some reason. But I will fight to the death that the Cavs are like actually a good team and that they just have to stay healthy once. And that the Pacers, like that was the thing with the Pacers series is they legit felt like the team of destiny. We
Yeah.
felt like this juggernaut where it's like, everyone going into the series is like, this is where the Pacers' magic ends. Like, the Thunder are going to finish the job. Shea MVP, Finals MVP. And then the Pacers are like, Miles Turner step back corner 3, banking off glass in Game 7 or Game 1 final moments. And, like, Halliburton started coming down the court with that ball. I'm like, oh, my God, he's going to do it to us. And it was way more fun when everybody else was a victim of it and not us. And then it happened. And it's the same thing with, like, the I get it now with ring culture. I'm like, oh my God, like this team legitimately has done like some dark ritual to where they're the greatest clutch team to ever play the sport. Like they are absolutely terrifying. And it was like, we lose to the Nuggets and it's like, at least we lost to Jokic. Like, yeah, it's super disappointing and maybe some changes have to be made. But when we got to the finals, I'm like, oh my God, Shea's going to be 0-1 in the finals. I can't do this. Like, and it's like we got like right there. Game 7, I swear I blacked out for like most of the day. Thank God Kevin Durant got traded to give me something else to, put my mind on. But in the arena for about the 30 minutes, like from like the shot clock hit 30 minutes being like, hey, the game's going to start soon. And then like tip off, I swear I like blacked out. Like I don't remember anything. I was so stressed. And I mean, they got it done. Thank God, because I don't know what I would have done leaving that arena. I think I might have just sat on the ground and slept outside for the night and been like, whatever happens, happens,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Homeless Cone. I'm glad we didn't get that arc. That's good.
Yeah.
There's one thing in New York, but KC, there's the wilderness, the Great Plains. Something will come out and grab you. So
Tornado,
I'm glad.
come pick you up.
Come pick you up. Yeah.
Twister.
Yeah, so it was a 6th season. I don't even know. Pablo, when's the last time you gave a fuck about a basketball game to that degree? Because Game 7 with the Clippers, I was shitting my pants. So, like, when's the last time you even cared?
Yeah, when you started saying, I was just thinking about this just now. I think you would have to go back to 2015, when the Bulls we played the Bucks and we won that series, and then we played LeBron and the Cavs, and we that was the series Derrick Rose had the stale face game winner, and we were up 2-1, and then we lost the series. But yeah, that would have been the last time I wanted the Bulls to win. Like they've played in some important games since, but I've said you better lose. You guys don't deserve to win. You deserve to be punished. You monsters.
Wow, that's a fucked up relationship you have with your team.
Yeah.
That's you are
The
naughty.
Lion does not concern himself with modern basketball. It's all a decade ago.
Oh man, that kills
You know
me.
what? There have been some stakes for me with the in some Utah Jazz games over the past year.
Yeah.
I'm just freaking out. Like, why are you putting Bryce on Sam Hauser? Stop this.
This is
You're
gonna ruin his
reputation.
PR. Obviously,
This is
he can't guard
yeah.
Sam Hauser.
This is a coup. He is doing this to ruin his reputation, and then he'll go to the media and say he can't guard Sam Hauser. I can't keep him on the floor. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
You live an incredible life.
I was gonna say it's like you've been locked in like a sensory deprivation chamber this whole time, and like the stakes for like a regular season Utah Jazz game getting you hyped to this degree, you're like starting to hallucinate in the darkness.
Not even like 2021 Utah Jazz, like 60+ wins. I swear they're not frauds. It feels like Captain America coming back to like the modern day, but you've only been shown Bryce Sensabaugh highlights, and you're like, this guy's the truth. They can't let him guard Sam Hauser. It's going to ruin his minutes and his development. It's all over.
Are you
man.
worried at all yet? Are you feeling any tides coming? Because he's in your conference, so
I am a little worried. People talk about Wemby, like Rockets
Same
got
draft
Kevin
class.
Durant, like yeah, whatever. But Bryce Sensabaugh, I mean, the way he was moving in summer league, they're saying this might be the year of Bryce. I've heard it from at least 2 people.
I'm telling you, more and more people are saying it, and independent of me. And he's had a top 9 shooting start to his career. He's one of the best 9 shooters in the history of basketball through the start
I
of his
gotta
NBA
write this
career.
down. Hold on.
Yeah,
This might be a
Ta-
video.
tattoo it on your wrist, okay?
Pablo, you should make like a Mombalytics 824 graphic of this shooting star, because we've gone through this probably 4 times on the pod. Every guest that comes on, he's like, okay, so these certain stipulations to start their career as a shooter, it's been Michael Jordan, Steph, Ray Allen, JJ Redick, blah blah blah, Ice Bryce Sensabaugh, and then whoever's on is just like, well, that's pretty cool, man.
How have you not
Thanks.
made like an Icy Bricey season account and just gone crazy with it?
Well, I've inspired some. I think there's Bryce Sensabaugh Muse, and I think he might have been an acolyte of mine. I don't know, but here
a disciple.
it's not too far down in my likes. So, for players whose 3-point attempts are above 400, the free throw percent is at least 89. That's really high.
That's
and
really
then
high.
The 3-point percent is at least 39. Here are the names: Steph Curry, Ray Allen,
Good.
Steve Nash, Peja, JJ Redick, Mark Price, Bryce Sensabaugh.
Holy
Can't
crap!
teach that.
Can't
You
teach that.
can't teach that.
Isaiah
can't
Joe's
teach
not
that.
on that list.
And the show.
I sent before this. I said the one thing I don't want to hear about is Isaiah Joe not being on the same list as Bryce Sensabaugh with all these great shooters. And that's the one thing I requested. I'm not
Sorry.
trying to be a diva.
This
but
is
I
a
can't
gotcha.
believe Isaiah Joe
We
was
bring-
slandered
we
on
bring
this
the
podcast. You want to talk about conspiracy theory? I have. Why has Isaiah Joe not been in the 3-point contest? Where has he been? Every year I tweet it, leading up, and this is like year 3 or 4 of me saying this is going to be the year they're going to put him in it. But you know what they don't do? Put him in it. And you know what? This actually gives me a great idea. I need to come up with like a Thaddeus Young type situation for Isaiah Joe, where it's like it's him, it's Steph, it's like all the greatest shooters ever. Bryce Sensabaugh even.
He
Icy
could be
Bricey.
on, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
chill.
Calm down. All right. Enough, Bryce. Enough. We could talk Isaiah Joe. I suppose that's around the point here.
The weak link.
No. He's just
Well, all
it's
right.
a different
All
like,
right.
it's a different style.
We're setting
of
up a celebrity
basketball.
boxing match. We're setting it up.
All right. So the second question: will this season be different from last year? If so, why? What would a good season look like for the Thunder versus a disappointing one? I guess this kind of boils down to: do you feel like it's championship or bust again this season? Would anything besides title leave you disappointed?
I think now that I felt title, anything for the rest of my life is going to make me sad, which is kind of rough. But no, I don't think it's championship or bust. I do think they're the best team in the Western Conference still, but it's scarier now with the Nuggets adding more talent. The Rockets.
Average IQ of the Nuggets shot up 30 points this offseason, baby.
That's true. they're just so smart, and that's the problem. Like that's the thing that's scary. I'm literally like fearful of Jokic's brain. I'm like, stop, like please stop reading the defense at a level that my puny brain cannot comprehend.
Hey,
Yeah,
well, you guys didn't beat him with brains. You beat him with brawn.
That's true. Yeah, Alex Caruso kicking him in the legs every 5 seconds was huge for us. But yeah, so like it's the Rockets are better, the Nuggets are better, the Clippers, assuming they don't get something coming out of this Pablo Torre thing, which impressive the way that every few days he's like, yeah, here are like 18 more receipts that I have for y'all, in case you were wondering. Like they're really good. Wolves are still good. It's a better Western Conference. I still think, if you ask me today who's going to win, it's going to be us. But I think, we lose in the conference finals. I think conference finals at minimum. We lose in the conference finals, though, to like specifically Denver. If we lose to Houston, they're really good, but I feel like we should be able to get the job done.
Yeah.
We lose to Denver. I'm like, yeah, it's Jokic with one of the best supporting casts he's ever had. Like, I kind of get it. So I don't think it's championship or bust, but obviously would love to see another one. Really more so just different from last year, and I'm hoping like it's a healthier season from Chet. He missed most of last year. Was great last season offensively, and when he came back, didn't really have the same footing on that end. So I think that could greatly improve the offense. Also, now it's like, what do we do with the big man spot since Thomas Sorber has continued the Thunder cursed rookie trend of ACL injuries or just season-ending injuries? Like, please stop happening. So what happens next year with the backup big spot? Because now we don't get to see him play at all, and Hartenstein's contract is going to be up. So what happens there with the money? Do we then feel forced to keep him, and maybe we get rid of like Isaiah Joe, who I still can't believe was slandered the way that he was? I don't want to see that reaction. I didn't say we're getting rid of him. I don't want to see that.
Oh, come.
If you're listening audio, Pablo just made a face that made me very upset.
He said he's gone. He said he's leaving.
I would
Guys,
never.
was it my face or was it my Semitic traits of my face that upset him? Sound off below. I just redirected.
Guys, audio only ministers. Pablo made a very Jewish face, if you didn't see, and so it was pretty off-putting.
I can't believe I got hit with this reverse card like that. That was impressive. That was a great flip of our Isaiah Joe Bryce Sensabaugh beef into something much greater.
Okay, so it's not. I agree. It's not championship or bust, and certainly looking at like different previous title winners, it would be way easier to cope with this core because you're like, what's everyone like 26 at the end of next season?
Yeah, I'm older than the average
like 28. Age. Yeah. God damn it, that's crazy. We're really hitting that point where
they
it's
gotta
like,
put me down. It's reached. I've gone too far. They gotta.
Oh man, I'm losing my mind in the old folks' home right now. I'm like, dude, the original Teen Titans was really good, and everybody who can legally drink now is like, nah, Teen Titans Go was actually better. Yeah. So as far as the Thunder, I don't know. I agree with the sentiment that losing to anybody except Denver would probably feel like it's coming up short. I'm curious, there are like some health things where it's like if someone was injured, like obviously if Shea was hurt, it wouldn't matter as much. But yeah, like I'm excited to see. I really do feel like people are low on Chet right now. Like
I also feel that.
It's very strange because like I've seen some talks about like, the upcoming group of young big men.
Yeah.
And, like, one of the reactions was, like, it was, like, Şengün and Wemby and Mobley. And people were like, Chet's not. Guys, stop trying to force the issue with Chet. And I was like, yo. To me, we got, like, that stretch at the beginning of the season where it was like, this is the best defender who's ever played. He's going to run away with DPOY. And he's averaging, like, 20 points per game. And so I think a full off season of work, strength wise and like mobility wise, maybe a little bit better self creation coming into next season. I think it could, like, it was just crazy to me to remember that Chet missed that much time and then go look and be like, oh, they had 68 wins. They won nearly 70 games with like that much of like an injury to what was, you could argue, like their second best player for like huge stretches of the season.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being gaslit with Chet half the time. Like I have these conversations. So, like I said, living in New York City, I go play basketball like 3-4 times a week at a court in the park near me. and it's like a pretty consistent group of guys, and they know I talk about basketball, and they know I'm a Thunder fan, so they'll ask me about stuff. Someone makes a move, like they'll ask what are my thoughts on it. But like by far the thing that people disagree with me on the most is Chet. Like someone I mentioned, they were like, "How do you feel about Chet?" Like when he got the payday, I felt like I was in the twilight zone. I'm like, this feels like a no brainer to me that Chet gets this money. And there were so many people like, "Oh my gosh, this is how the Thunder dynasty falls." They paid Chet Holmgren, one of the best defensive bigs we've seen in a while at this age, who can also shoot the three ball, this type of money. I'm like, is this not the archetype of player everybody wants? Have we not heard for like 20 years, "Oh, my team needs Miles Turner. He blocks shots. He hits threes. We need him so bad." And I feel like Chet was the best overall defensive player in the playoffs. I said that to someone at the courts a couple days ago, and he like walked away from me. He's like, "I can't even discuss with you. You're not objective." And I'm like, I just feel like
I've had those interactions with people.
Yes.
It's insane how different real people are from internet people, where it's like that's not like a hot take at all, but if you say that in like a real setting, people are like, "Wow, bit of a homer over here." You think
someone's like Miles Turner? I'm like, no, like come on, like let's
walk into traffic, pal. I'm not trying to hear, because
it probably is how, like, if I start talking to someone who does football for a living about football, they'd be like, "This idiot, like what is he talking about?"
They're like, "Yeah, I think Herbert's really making a leap this year," and I'm like, have you forgotten about Tua, pal? I think I think you still got him a little bit. Yeah. Do you think so? The question I had, again, nearly 70 wins, really productive regular season last year. I'm curious. Do you think it'll be like full pedal to the metal all regular season again next year? Because like it's a very young team. I really don't think they'd have a problem with that. And it's not like it's a short turnaround from playing and winning the finals game 7 to now being back and playing the regular season in like a month. But I feel like they could handle it. And in a Western Conference that will be so tightly contested throughout, like pretty, like you figure like the 2 through the 10 seed is going to be like just fucking 5 games apart. Do you think it'll be like another really impressive regular season from OKC?
Yeah, I don't know if we get. There have been some people saying like we'll be healthier, maybe we could crack 70 wins this time, and it does feel possible, but I don't know. I think there could be more moments where we're like, "Hey, we're gonna rest Shea second half of a back-to-back," or like maybe take it a little bit easy on Chet because he missed a majority of last season and played so heavily in the playoffs. It's like, give him a couple of rest days because we still have iHeart, and it would have been moments for Thomas Sorber, but I guess now Jay will see what he can do in a more expanded
triple
role.
doubles for
more
Jalen
triple
Williams.
doubles.
He's diluting the big man triple double market. It's
Yeah. People
up.
talk about Jokic triple doubles. Put Jay Will in against the Portland Trailblazers, and he does the exact same thing. Like I don't want to hear this propaganda. But I think we'll see more rest. I still think like they could almost sleepwalk to 60 wins. Think about how they did it last season without Chet for a majority of the season. So, but yeah, I don't think it's not going to be like they win the West by the most games anyone has ever won a conference like they did last season. It's going to be, I think the Nuggets will likely have above 60 wins too. I think the Rockets are going to be like high 50s. I still think there's a little bit of offensive concerns, and maybe there's a little bit of a gelling period, and they end up winning like, I think even with that, they'll still win like 53 to 58 games at minimum. But I think they could also get up to 60. So yeah, I think the foot will be off the gas a little bit, but I think I'll be surprised if they don't again get the 1 seed. Like playoff time, them versus Nuggets, we'll see. But at least in terms of regular season, I just think the youth, the defensive floor just gives the Thunder. It's like, yeah, they're probably going to win by a lot every night.
Yeah, that really is like. That's kind of what we're seeing. Is just if you have a good defense, it's like a hack for a regular season record. Like you're just gonna add like 6 wins because you'll just win on the back of that. Pablo, do you have any thoughts about the Thunder?
Well, so the defense was the thing last year. It was one of the best defenses ever. Do you think that'll improve, or was it so good that it has to take a step back in some capacity, or stay the same?
Yeah, I mean, I think having Chet back for, fingers crossed, the whole season takes it to another level in terms of down low. But I do wonder if there might be like a little bit of regression in the turnover forcing because we just did it at such a historic margin last year. Like, I do think, you think about some of the teams in the West that got a little bit bigger, less focused on the perimeter, perhaps, the way that a lot of teams were last year. And so maybe a little bit less turnover wise, flying around. It'll still be an insane defense. Like, I feel pretty good that the Thunder will be number one. But I think there is a world where it takes a slight step back in terms of the production. It's not like so firmly number one all season the way that it was last year because just teams are a little bit more careful with the ball. We don't force as many turnovers. But then I think about it, it's like Chet playing the whole season. Like he's so good down low. I don't know. I've thought about him like, could this be again one of the best defenses? Like maybe this is the best defense ever after last year was in the conversation. But then I'm like, it was already so good last year. Like some regression has to hit. I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about because it just feels like with Chet back, it should be better.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it feels like I'm a similar camp where it's like the safe take is like, well, obviously it has to regress a little bit because so much was just crazy. But this is also like one of those moments in history where like if 10 years from now we're all talking about, oh yeah, the Thunder had that season and then they added Chet and it did just like take off and it became like one of the best defenses of all time. They added that kind of interior presence and they didn't really lose a step on the outside. It could, I don't know, it's definitely in the cards, and so that's a very scary prospect. I'm not gonna lie. Like just the concept of them being that much better. Not to even mention, like I do feel like he adds a layer to them offensively, where you saw for like stretches last year, Shea, he was backpacking a lot. That's part of why he won the MVP is because like there'd be these big stretches of him just like, okay, if J-Dub doesn't have it tonight, I need 40 or else we are not going to we'll probably not win this game. I need to go off in the clutch or else we might lose. And I do think Chet will just be another guy that like you can count on to be like solid 16, 17 points. And then if he hits his shots, if he has a good matchup or whatever, you could count on him for like a 25, 30 point explosion every couple games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big thing for me with the team is offensively, like defense regresses a little bit, gets better. It's going to still be the calling card. I'm just really curious to see if Chet's able to get back to that level from the beginning of last season. Because if he does, then I feel like it's like near impossible to beat this team at all consistently. If Chet is, last year he's put up like 18 and 9 on 50-40 from the field and from three. And if Chet's doing that, like I don't really know what you do against this team. I also do wonder a little bit about the volume 3-point shooting. That's the other big thing is last year we were one of the worst 3-point shooting champions in a little while because it's like, you saw the games. Like we won, I think we hit 4 threes, was it, in game 3 against the Pacers and managed to win. Like that's basically unheard of for a modern NBA team, never mind a team that's going to win the championship. And so I do worry about that a little bit. Like Aaron Wiggins took some jumps last year, especially mid-season, and had some big games in the playoffs and the finals. So I think his continued growth as a volume 3-point shooter, what is Isaiah? Joe brings it to the table. Pablo, do not yell at him. He's my sweet boy. He's my guy.
Hey, we're not concerned about his shooting. We're not worried about the shooting.
He's not the weakest link anymore because you guys got Topic, so.
Okay, and don't go my other sweet boy. Oh my god.
Oh man.
So how big Oh wait, what were you going to say?
I was saying I have a friend who has a Nikola Topic finals patch jersey.
Oh, that's insane.
They made that?
Yeah,
that's insane that they made that.
They were selling it at the arena. He's like the first player to ever win a finals without playing a single game.
Was it the cheapest one?
Same price. They knew it. It's going to be big when he's a Hall of Famer one day.
So have they given any indication for how big a role Topic is going to play? Because if the obvious defense took a jump because you swapped out Josh Giddey with Alex Caruso. So and like it's really a lot of it's personnel based. Like if you just have a team that has almost no bad defenders, then that's just an elite defense. But if you give like 20 minutes a night to Topic, maybe that would be the reason for your downfall. What intel are you getting about Topic so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious because I definitely think it's gonna be like beginning of last season where it's just like, or really throughout most of the year, we're just gonna randomly throw out like, hey, here's a 12, 13 man rotation on a night. And I do think from like day one, Topic is gonna get some run, him and AJ, and that's really the split for me. There is who's gonna get what run because AJ Mitchell was really sick in a lot of minutes last year, and Summer League looked really good. So he brings obviously a little more polish because Topic is coming off an ACL. Again, I want to note, champion without ever playing a game, like that's unprecedented levels.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. He's never lost in his career and has a championship. No one has ever done that. He's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Topic, I'm very excited to see what he can bring, and I do think extra playmaking and creation is something else the team could use because again, it was a lot of nights like J-Dub did a lot of it, but it's like him and Shea mainly, and we put the ball in Queso's hands more last season to try and get him going. Like we had a lot more on-ball Queso moments, and he showed a lot of promise there, but obviously that's still something that's growing and developing, whereas Topic with the playmaking feels like a more natural on-ball type of player if he can put it together, but you have to see what's the quickness like, because there were a lot of awesome reads, but also a lot of times where he just turned it over because he's like, whoa, these guys are strong and fast that I'm playing against. AJ's got a little bit more of that quickness, not as much like playmaking, like reading the game. But if you want to talk about like scoring, it feels like he gets the paint very easily. Like he's just so good at getting that paint touch. And so he can, continue to develop those reads, kick out to a shooter, this and that, then maybe he's the more natural fit. I don't know. I think those two guys plus more like with Kaysen is going to be kind of the way we try and address that extra playmaking, that extra creation. But I think there will be a good number of Topic minutes from day one. And I'm sure, we start blowing a team out. We're up like 23 going to the fourth quarter. Topic checks in and gets like 9 minutes of straight run in the fourth to just go ahead and develop. So, yeah, I think, Mark Daigneault will throw out a 13-man rotation on a random Tuesday against like a contender in the Western Conference for the hell of it.
Yeah, I was a huge AJ Mitchell guy as a prospect. That was before I became radicalized against small guards, and so I would have been lower on him after.
It was the Josh Giddey effect. You're now in love with him.
Oh, Josh Giddey might be. Josh Giddey may as well be 6'2" functionally.
We found a logical flaw in Pablo's
I'm just noticing, Bulls fan gets Josh Giddey big guard. They just re-sign him, hits cool game winner, lots of aura against the Lakers, and suddenly he's like, small guards, I'm not really a fan. I'm just noticing some through lines.
Yeah, hey, guys, we're just putting the evidence out there. We're not
little
making
Pablo
any
Torre
conclusions.
action here is all I'm saying. A little bit of that, a little bit of investigative journalism.
I hate Josh Giddey fans so much, but maybe the group of Josh Giddey fans I hate the most are Oklahoma City Thunder fans who say, "No, you guys should be happy. I watched him here for years. He's got potential. We just didn't have a slot for him, but he'll be great for you. But believe in him." I'm like, "You bastard! I hate you so." It's like it's just I'm in the freezing water and you're in the lifeboat and the Titanic. The rescue ships will be here soon. Don't worry, you guys got.
It's kind of hot up here actually, so you should
yeah,
be thankful
it's
that
not
the
all
water's
it's
so
cracked
cold.
up to be out here. I kind of wish I was down there.
Actually,
yeah, I love swimming. I kind of wish I was down there with you guys.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it looks.
but-
I don't know. Like it is crazy because I know the kind of people Pablo's talking about, and it's certainly not like all.
they're all
I feel
on
like
Reddit.
most Thunder fans were very realistic about where Josh Giddey was at, and certainly were very happy to make the trade. Like it had to go down, but there are the people to be like, yeah. Just wasn't the team for him. It's like, oh, the team that sleepwalked to 80 wins, the team that never lost a game and never let anybody score 30 points on them. There just was no room for him here. We just couldn't find a spot. It's like the easiest place in the world to exist if you could do two things at an average level, and they just weren't the things for him, So, yeah.
But yeah, AJ Mitchell, I do think he's he fits in with the ethos of the Thunder team because he is a very pesky defender, and
yeah.
I'm higher on his playmaking than you. I think he's already pretty good, and then he can get downhill and I don't know what did he shoot from three. I don't know if he's making threes yet, but I think he was pretty low volume. Right,
I think
in general.
45%, 7
I
attempts
think-
a game.
I think it was 90 if I remember
Yeah,
correctly. I believe it was. I think it was like 38, 37. It was somewhere
Okay.
around there.
But I think the pathway for him to like just slot in and be the next great like OKC young guy to me is much clearer than Topic, who I see. I'm less high on because I see a lot of overlap with Giddey, like just a guy
Yeah.
not great defensively. The strengths are getting downhill and passing, but I don't know like how that fits into this team where he's not better at that than Shea or J Dub or a lot of these guys, and like even you hope that he hits threes, and then if he can do that off closeouts, that's pretty nasty. But still, even if he hits threes, is that offensive impact going to be enough to make up for the defensive trade-off that he's probably going to have? So, in conclusion, Topic, AJ
Whoa.
Mitchell.
Whoa,
Okay.
fart noise. You didn't have to do the fart noise.
Kind of
Oh
like
my
shit from a butt, and AJ
God.
Mitchell's
Oh, man,
no.
not that one.
I'll say, as somebody who would have to play the Thunder, I hope Topic builds in that regular season role, baby, because it just makes it like it's a much more survivable approach to a game. Is when I see Topic out there, I'm like, okay, we could get him on somebody and maybe have a fucking prayer of like dribbling the basketball now. I do think there is like a path for him to have like a very successful regular season, just because I feel like nobody on the roster really takes advantage of Hartenstein or Chet as like legitimate lob threats the way that
That is one of our
abused.
unknown weaknesses to more like people who don't watch us as much. We just can't throw lobs. Like Shea has finally started to throw some lobs last season, but I think like Dub is our best lob passer. Like we just
and that's
don't.
too like Brunson loved lobbing it to Hartenstein in New York,
Yeah.
and Chet has an incredible like that's two guys that if you are a guy who can get downhill but can't really score, you just have two guys that will like pretty regularly be in the dunker spot waiting for a lob wide open.
Yeah, I hope all training camp just run lob drills, just practice throwing lobs to those two guys, and we'll be great. But Pablo, I do agree. I think I am higher on AJ than Topic. Like I'm a big AJ believer. I tweeted out like y'all aren't ready for sophomore season AJ, and some people are like, bro, it's like August. What are you doing right now? Like go outside, enjoy the sun. But I think he's gonna have a great season. He was really good in the limited run he had last year. But I do think Topic could be productive for us, and I do like I don't think AJ's playmaking is bad. I just think the vision of Topic is a little bit higher. But it's in the modern NBA, like Giddey's got awesome vision, but it's a lot harder for him because he's just not a great scorer. If AJ, even if he's a little worse of a passer, but the scoring is so much higher, like playmaking doesn't mean anything if you can't score. You can't leverage it in any way. So
Giddey's got the scope with no gun.
He can see everything. He's like, wow.
That's just binoculars.
yeah, really. So
it's-
they're now that I'm thinking about it, they're both European. Did either one play in Eurobasket? Because I don't know if Belgium was there at all. AJ Mitchell's Belgium, and then
Yeah, I don't think Belgium was
Topic
there,
is
but
Serbia.
Topic got cut from the team, unfortunately.
Damn.
Is he still hurt at all or no?
I think he's taking it easy a little bit, but he's not hurt. I don't
He wasn't
think.
trying. Cut doesn't count.
Yeah, he wasn't trying. Michael Jordan got cut from his junior varsity team. Whatever. Who cares?
Exactly.
The better
Same.
spin is remember Zach Edey turned down Team Canada because he's like, I got to focus on the Grizz for my rookie year. You
And-
say that I
And
can't.
if Ja doesn't go down, they figured us out. It would be the Grizzlies we're
Yeah.
talking about as champions.
See, you're joking. Pablo's put his foot down about this point. He's
It was a
Pablo's-
really impressive game before he went down. Do you agree?
They were playing good.
Oh man, I'm like, which were you more scared in? The Pacers or the Nuggets series? And Pablo's like, what about the Grizzlies series?
The
Were you ever
only one.
nervous?
Jokic just 7 games, right? Did he figure them out? I don't know, Josh. I mean,
Yeah, you're right. You know,
Thank-
that's
thank-
the
what-
big
what if-
asterisk on the title is that the Grizzlies had him, and then John went
Yeah.
down.
well,
Shaquille
listen.
O'Neal would have been giving it to us in Game 7. We wouldn't have stood a chance.
Listen, I don't know if the Grizzlies could have won because only Ja figured it out. So I don't know if he could. I don't know if it's something that you can express in words to the rest of the team that they could figure it out too.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's kind of like, all right, I'll officially ask this question, but we've been talking about it a little bit. Which player do you think is the biggest X factor to the Thunder's success next season? I think the obvious answer here is Chet. But besides Chet, I guess besides AJ Mitchell and Topic too, is there anyone down the roster that you're just like really excited to see? They could take you to another level if they hit a higher level of play.
I think part of it is my immediate answers are either Kaysen or Aaron Wiggins. Wiggs, because we do need the volume 3-point shooting. And if he's a guy on the roster that will just take threes, like he's not afraid of it. He'll catch and shoot. He'll pull up in transition. Like, I'm just going to shoot this three because we need to shoot threes. And if he can continue to do that, and he had that really good stretch, I think it might have been like January of this past year.
Did he
where he
drop
went on
like 50 the night Luka got traded?
The
or
night Luka got
something
traded,
like
he dropped 40, and the Lakers trade Luka to go ahead and cover it up. I'm glad you remember, because that my biggest NBA conspiracy theory is that the league was like, we can't let people know about Aaron Wiggins doing what he's doing right now.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll tell my kids about the Wiggins 40 ball. Y'all can talk about the Luka trade or whatever you guys want to talk about. So I think it's him with that shooting, becoming another offensive creator. Like, that's something we obviously need. Or Kaysen, because his three ball was pretty up and down last year, wasn't as consistent as it was as a rookie. But because of how good he is defensively, like it didn't really matter. We gave him more on-ball reps. If he just gets back to a more consistent three-point shooter, in addition to what he was able to do at times on ball last season, because he's also like an athlete that just kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, he'll dunk on someone, and non-Thunder fans are like, whoa, Kaysen Wallace can do that? I'm like, yes, watch the games, and Kaysen Wallace, you're like, yeah, that guy's going to murder my favorite team's big, just out of nowhere, like in transition. Like, he gets up like that. He showed a lot of great stuff finishing last year. I think if he can put it together more consistently, then, because right now a lot of it is about finding the young players that are going to be here long term that we're going to pay, and continuing to build out that next era, because we're extremely young, but with the new CBA, like, you gotta find guys early on. Like the Nuggets, it was Zeke Naji, Nuggets legend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I threw a shot at the Bulls.
I'm gonna wake the neighbors up, babe. Oh my God, I can't believe they gave him that fucking contract. And you bring up the Bulls. The Bulls were so famously stupid front office, run by
traded Caruso for Giddey.
Yeah, famous morons.
Thank you, by the way, for Alex Caruso.
Nuggets had the Bulls on the phone. They said, yeah, we're trying to get some shit done. I think it was for Kobe White maybe or something. And they're like, yeah, but you have to take on Zeke Naji. Bulls hung up the phone. They said, no, we're not
insulted at the notion of taking Zeke Naji. Out of every move that this team has made, we're insulted at Zeke Naji. I'll never
the Bulls are like, first round pick for any of our core players? I don't think so.
But I'm not taking Zeke, so quit asking.
I'll give you We'll take negative first for our good players rather than taking Zeke Naji.
But as far so I agree with everything you said about the farm system that OKC has in place, and I definitely think that if Kaysen Wallace isn't the guy that you're describing, that's one of the first major wrenches in their approach to building out this roster. And I think he is. I really like him, and I think even if the three is inconsistent the whole time, there's just so many skills that lend themselves to being really high productive role player that it'll just be hard for him to become a straight up bad player.
Well, would it be so bad if he never went that much further offensively and was just kind of this guy? Because at some point you can't pay everyone, so if he suddenly blossomed and it's I want $35 million a year, then it's okay, we gotta let go of him. Is there any world
I'll personally fund his contract? I'll do it.
Is there any
I'll do
world
whatever
where
I gotta do,
where you're chill, Kaysen, just ride it out? Maybe a Kaysen struggle year and we get him on 4 years 80.
That's what they did with Wiggins. It wasn't even a struggle year, but his contract is like $10 a year or some shit. It's crazy.
Sam Presti
He pays
stays
them to
paying
play.
God. Yeah. Sam Presti finds ways to be you want these 3 Jersey Mike's coupons to play basketball for us trying to win a championship next year? And they're I'll take 2. I'll only take 2 of the 3
take
coupons. Use the
2.
third one with someone else.
Nice. He's like, so the YMCA's membership is $50 a month. You could $40 a month. You could play at our gym,
Yeah.
on game nights and also for
YMCA
practices.
jumped up to $60 a month.
Well, that makes sense. Why?
Yeah,
we
what a
can stick
huge
this deal
discount then.
I can't believe they're supposed to be the cheap gym. What's up with that?
I don't know.
So last year,
This is our Tourist Carney Showbiz fault somehow.
last year I underwent a recalibration of Jalen Williams because originally a couple years ago when he was averaging like 16 points or whatever on 64% true shooting or something, and like he really popped offensively, I felt like at a higher level before defensively, and I was like, there was a point where I was like, is Anthony Edwards for sure better than this guy? I apologize for that.
Can't
now.
win them all.
Something I
Can't win 'em
still
all.
think every day. Me too.
But then now the dynamic is flipped where I felt like his offense did not project the way that I thought it would, but obviously defense was he a first team or second team? But he made all defensive team, right?
I think he was second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
I
incredible.
think Dyson
Like,
Daniels is the only perimeter guy on first team now that it was positionless. I think it was just him there. But yeah, he was definitely.
Oh yeah,
on
and J Dub
defense.
was like, "Hey, make perimeter." Or wait, I forget who wanted separate awards. But either way, J Dub, yeah, he's become incredible. He played center for stretches. He like can be deployed on anybody. And so now I went from thinking like high level offensive guard who can play defense, kind of like Shea, like that kind of archetype, to this guy's value is defense. Like this is one of the best defenders in the league, and he's good enough offensively. Where are you at with him? What do you think? Will he always be like the value is defense first, and the offense just has to be good enough, or do you still think that he'll get to like all-star level, just scoring and playmaking impact?
I think he'll be better offensively this season. I think part of it is Chet being back and being like last year. It was a lot of like, hey, Shea go create something or J-Dub create something out of thin air, and I think that hurt his efficiency a lot. He's doing a lot less. The looks are not as clean that he's getting. Teams playing us like really difficultly because it's like, hey, they're really focusing Shea or J-Dub because they're not as worried about Chet. Like he's not down low as even though we don't use him a lot, he was at least a threat to catch lobs. And I do think that if Chet can come back and be more consistent offensively and the team 3-point shooting wise because last year it was really bad at the start, and then as the season went on, it's like, okay, yeah, this team was pretty good last year. Like the 3-point shooting leveled out. I think if that can be more consistent across the full season, it can open up the game for him a lot more and allow him to kind of get back to that point. But he got more efficient as the season went on. It wasn't like the year prior, it was 54-42. Like, that's ridiculous. He was at 48.4, 36.5. The 3-point shot is really the thing. And then in the playoffs, with the wrist injury, like there were some huge ups and downs. Like he had a couple of really, really rough games in there. So I'm expecting more consistent offensively. But I just think because of I do end up thinking that defense might always be the calling card because he's just so ridiculous on that end, versatility wise. And like we talk about Desmond Bane's wingspan being like, T-Rex arms. His is like if it was the whole T-Rex. Like it's crazy how long his arms are.
Nice.
Some were saying that was the greatest sentence of my career.
That was kind of a bar. I'm not gonna lie. He's the whole T-Rex, baby. That's kind of sick. I was looking. Last 31 games last season, Dub did shoot like 40% from 3 on 5 attempts a game again.
That's fake though.
How is that fake?
Because Josh Giddey also probably shot well in that.
Oh, fuck. So. Okay. Well, ignore that point.
Throw out all this. The finals doesn't count. It doesn't count.
The West is different. The West is a different beast.
I'm very high on his offense still. I agree with what Cone said in terms of, like, I don't think the setting was very good for him at all. I think, like, Shea makes everyone's life easier, but he definitely does it in, like, gradients where Lou Dort's life is incredibly easy on offense, or like Caruso's life. But Dub does kind of get tasked with these moments where it's like, okay, Shea didn't work. Now it's your job to do something. That's like a really difficult offensive situation. Or, Shea's on the bench, and so are 2 of our other starters, and it's your entire job to create for everybody here. That's not like perfect. I don't know if
Yeah, but I just thought like that would be the easy job for him. Like I thought that was the kind of guy that he would be like, oh, my turn to cook, like that type of thing, you know?
I'm never good. I don't think I'm not like I don't know. Like I don't identify him as like a my turn to cook guy. I just think there's like a few aspects to his game that like are lead to such easy offense. I think he's like a really good guy at getting people on his shoulder and getting downhill, and I do really like his passing as well. I don't know if like especially the mid-range shooting that we saw when he kind of like exploded onto the scene. I don't know if I'm ever going to expect that from him again, but like I do feel very comfortable with him, being a little bit better offensively this season. And if Chet really comes into his own as an offensive player, I think between the two of them, you have like averaged out to a very high level second and third option. But I just don't know, like on any given night, I feel like it could be one or the other.
Yeah, and I mean that's the hope, is that it becomes Chet and Dub 2A 2B kind of situation. But I do think, I mean, it was impressive how, despite some of the struggles, like I'm very much you get into those moments, I just want to see him empty the clip. Like I think seeing a championship run has also made me kind of like an eye test, ball don't stop. Like I feel like my third eye has been awoken. I've seen the light with just pure
empty
hooping.
the clip is a base take. I hate it when players don't shoot, and that was concerning in the Nuggets series. In some of the uglier games with J-Dub, it wasn't just like he's missing his shots. It was that Shea is like, they're forcing the ball out of his hands. He's trusting Dub to take these shots, and he was like not doing it, and it was really fucking up the team. And so for him to bounce back after that series, and even later in that series, the way that he did, it was really good. Like I loved this playoff run from him.
Yeah, it's like game 7, Shea didn't shoot that well, and people are like, why don't we talk about this? I'm like, he emptied the clip. I don't care how he shot, he just was putting up shots. I will say Shea kept going for that step back 3 dagger. He's like, I gotta hit this one. This one's gonna be a sick moment. Didn't come, but no, he hit one. He hit one late. Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, empty the clip. Like you're our best player. You were like the MVP of the league. Take a million shots. You could miss like 900,000 of them, but the 100,000 you hit, I'll be like, that was kind of sick. That was a nice move. So yeah, I was happy to see him just. That was kind of the thing I feel like the Nuggets series as a whole was like a growing up moment for the team, where once they won that series, I was like, okay, like this feels like we got our experience that we kind of needed to win that game 7, when it's like all the pressure, it's the Thunder with this juggernaut, and the Nuggets have the championship experience, and they were able to not just win, but win like comfortably. I was like, okay, like this, like that was the moment I was like, we're really going to win the championship. And then the Pacers are the most terrifying team you ever have.
I really think the Pacers would have rattled them more if the Nuggets series didn't go down the way. Like
I agree.
Back against the wall like that, because with the Nuggets, you at least have like the fallback of this is the best player in the world, and like they do have that experience that you're talking about. Yeah. But like, for the Thunder to be this massive juggernaut the whole season, everybody, like the pressure is all on them, and then the first time their back is really against the wall is against this like this upstart whatever Pacers team, the team of destiny. I think it would have been like a lot scarier for them to have to show up in those moments, having never have it been asked of them before. So yeah, I do think the way it went out, it worked out really well for them.
Yeah, I think if we just go into the Nuggets series and we win that game 1, and like win in like 5 or something like that, I think there's a chance we lose the finals, like a much better chance, because I think getting that experience of being like, okay, if we were able to go down 2-1 on the road and win in Denver and then lose a game 6 and now it's a game 7 against, everyone calls him the best player in the world. Like, are we a little bit shook here? And they were like, we'll be okay.
Jokic is such a fucking fraud. I'm sick of this man. God, I can't believe it. Oh
God, when he hit that like turnaround like 363 from the top of the arc, and what was that game? Was that game 5? I think it was game 5.
I think that's the game they lost. I'm pretty sure. It was game 5 because he hit that and they still lost. And because that was in OKC and the whole crowd was like, it sounded like somebody got shot. It was like, oh no. But they pulled it out. Oh man, that's just so frustrating. And that's what I'm talking about. When I talk about empty the clip, Jokic running a fucking 9-shot gimmick in a game 7. Shoot the ball, dude. Oh, that's so frustrating. Yeah. So, I guess next question I have is biggest reservation about the team this year, and then I wrote down every team since we got the last repeat champion, which was the 17-18 Golden State Warriors. Let me timestamp this real quick. So, we have just every reason these teams didn't repeat. Obviously, 2019 Raptors, Kawhi leaves. 2020, a little bit less clear. The Lakers lose a lot of role players. They make the trade for Westbrook, and then there's some injuries. The 21 Bucks, Chris Middleton gets hurt in the first round of the playoffs. The 22 Warriors, probably the least clear. Like, Jordan Poole regressed a little bit, and they lose some role player depth.
Draymond punching you in the face probably didn't help a little bit. The vibes sound like they were off at that point.
We just got Steve Kerr said the punch was easy. The video was what we couldn't come back from, and I was like, I don't believe that at all. I think the punch was probably pretty tough.
Would that make the dynamic worse? Like, the rest of the world, I get that it's annoying having people ask about it, but like, even if it never came out, like, that'd be a lot of tension anyway. I think. Yeah,
you probably feel like emasculated if you're a Jordan Poole, you're one of the best athletes in the world, and like this is like you have to be very confident in this job. Probably feels weird to have just your shit on blast like that.
I guess from that, like, maybe he would be able to get over it, but instead, like, everyone, you're the punch guy, you got punched. Like in Drake and Josh, that episode when Drake got punched. It's like the same type.
I thought you were gonna bring up the theater thug thing with Josh when everyone was beating him up because they thought he was the theater thug.
No, that was a good one too. But when Josh accidentally punched Drake, and then he became cool, and Drake was a big loser.
Who got
because
punched?
they thought he beat him up.
The Chad Josh versus the Virgin Drake. Yeah, Chad Green.
He might have been a virgin because he was just making out with everyone. Well, I don't know if we got implications.
Well, it's a kids show, so I don't really. That's probably pretty risque for them.
It was San Diego. We have a lot of California experts because we talked about Eureka, California, and Bakersfield. California. So, guys, tell us, because they're San Diego. That's where the show took place. Guys, tell us, was Just Making Out cool enough in San Diego, circa 2005-2008, or was he probably banging them? Speaking of goats, goat show. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just had one of the GOAT seasons. Definitely one of the GOAT guard seasons. A Michael Jordan-esque season. Where do you think... Is there a chance that this is the best, that this will be, when we look back at his career, that this will be the peak, or are you expecting more? And because I'm listening to... So Thinking Basketball is doing their like greatest peaks since 2000 podcast. And... they recently talked about how 2014 Kevin Durant might still have been the peak of Kevin Durant. And because obviously as you get older, other aspects of your game can get better. Like, he's probably a better mid-range shooter than he was back then. He's a smarter player, probably better defender. But they talk about, like, there's certain intersections where, like, your youthful athleticism coincides with when, like, you understand the game more and stuff like that. And it's just like the best melding of the mind and the body. And so Shea was at a good age, like 26 or whatever, where a lot of experience, a lot of mental experience, and just athletically he's out of control. Do you expect and do you hope that season will be topped, or are you like, I don't know, that's a pretty high bar.
Well, you forgot to mention the egregious, disgusting foul baiting that is ruining our great sport.
Yeah, he's got to stop that, and then
that was the one thing you forgot to mention. Just absolutely disgusting player that was gifted a championship by Scott Foster, who reffed like 4 of our games. Yeah, I mean, Shea's gotten better every season. Like, I keep thinking, how does he get better? And he finds a way to get better every single time. So I don't think this was his peak. I don't know. He just feels like one of those guys that I keep thinking, I'm like, where does he go from here? And I feel like next season's gonna be like, oh, he's like a pretty good volume, like 39% 3-point shooter out of nowhere. Like, I don't know how he continues to do it. And I do think, maybe he doesn't score at that because it ended up being 33 points per game, right?
Yeah, it was a
Like,
really big volume
Yeah.
season.
Really?
like I don't know if he ends up like scoring again. Yeah, 32.7. I don't know if he scores 32.7 again. Because I think if Chet continues to develop and
Yeah.
Dub does a little bit more, I think the number could come down. I think this might be his end up being his most impressive statistical season. But I think in terms of the basketball player, I do still think there is room to grow, room to improve and get better. Specifically, the three ball ended up at 37.5, and for the volume and how bad it was at points towards the beginning of the season, like that was really impressive the way that it trended the right way throughout the year. And I do think he's one of those guys that like for a season he'll just be trying stuff and you're like, what is he doing? And then the next season you'll be like, okay, I understand it now. Like I could see a world where this year he's a better 3-point shooter on still good volume, isn't putting up quite the same amount of points per game, and again the good defender that he is, but especially is maybe able to put a little bit more in on that end. Or maybe he doesn't even have to because Chet's back, but he's letting Chet and Dub cook a little bit more, so he's a little bit better defensively because this wasn't one of his best defensive seasons. I could see that, but I don't know if he ever puts up again almost 33 points per game on like 52% shooting. That was just ridiculous combination of volume and efficiency.
Yeah, once you hit like 34, 35, I won't say like it limits the team or whatever, but you definitely transcend into like, I think Luka was at 34 in 2024. And yeah, you start to move into like the helio ball. You have to play that way to kind of hit that level of scoring. And so, I don't know about that. I would say with Durant and what they were talking about in that podcast, I know he had like a Jones fracture or something. The injury that kept him out of the 2015 postseason. There is like a fair amount of evidence that like really limited the kind of burst and the rim pressure that he had moving. Like he still had a Hall of Fame career after that, obviously, but like it's just like a significant thing that happened to him. Hopefully, I hope nothing like that happens to Shea. And I agree with you. I think there's just a lot of like, I don't like you see Jokic did it this year. Anthony Edwards did it this year. They've almost broken it down to a science a little bit where if you have like a good foundation of a jumper and you put in the work, you can just like make a big stride in one off season going from like competent 3-point shooter to among the best in the league. And if he added that, I mean, with how it felt at points during the season of like he ends up open from 3 and you're like, we got to give him that. If he's suddenly like 40% on like 6-7 attempts, I think like that would be terrifying. Like that's just the final evolution of him as a scorer, it seems like. And so as his opponent, I hope it doesn't happen. But as a fan, I think it's definitely possible.
He's one of the guys you gotta watch out for the 3-point volume because it's like, ooh, I don't want this guy taking too many of these bad boys.
Yeah, he should.
A lot of
be
good
like
things
10
happen
attempts
when he gets downhill. But if he did get to a level where it's like the pull-up 3 in the playoffs is just going in at a consistently high rate, like that in addition to everything else, that would be pretty unbelievable. Like I don't know what you do.
Yeah. What the fuck? I was in. Oh, the biggest reservation about the Thunder this year. Yeah, I don't know.
Olive Garden for 4. Good one, guys. Comment down below.
Oh, Okay.
You don't
Hey,
need
I'm too
reservation.
slow.
Well, if
for
it's
that.
for the whole team, I think 4 would be kind of tough. They'd have to like put 5 players in each seat.
Yeah.
It's kind of clicky. It's Shea, it's J-Dub, it's Chet, and who's your 4th for Olive Garden?
Who's the Mount Rushmore?
Oh,
Does Mark get it?
I think it's probably Usman Jang. I think it has to be.
Oh no, it's got to be
nice.
Sam. I'd invite Sam.
Sam
Okay.
who?
Sam Presti.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Recent
And he's
draft
probably
picks.
got the owners like he's probably got a dinner card from Clay Bennett. So it's like I'll put him.
Actually, when I was in high school, 2 of my friends, the Olive Garden near us, did this thing called the Pasta Pass, and you pay like $100, and for like 3-4 months, you could just get like unlimited pasta if you just came with a Pasta Pass. And we went, and like they could always bring a guest who get like free salad and breadsticks. I just had to then order my pasta. Fed us for months. Like that was my. It was maybe the greatest thing that's ever happened to me was the pasta pass months. That and the NBA championship.
They still have unlimited pasta bowl, but I'm betting that it's nerfed because they nerfed these deals. Because that was in the heyday of infinite food, because that's when Red Lobster first rolled out endless shrimp. Now they still have endless shrimp, but it's drastically
I want to say endless shrimp. I don't buy that. If I eat 100 million shrimps, I think you're going to run out. I just don't think that's true.
Hey, I think it's infinite shrimp. I don't know if
Where are we
anyone's
getting the
proven that it
shrimp
wasn't.
from? Red Lobster.
Yeah, if I eat 400 million shrimps, where are you getting the next shrimps? Where are they coming?
Hey, well, what if you eat all the grain in the world? We could be out of pasta.
That's true, but they just called it a pasta pass. They didn't say it was.
Unlimited.
I guess they said. It was. But to put unlimited shrimp, it's like, how much shrimp do you think I can eat? You clearly underestimate my abilities. I'm actually gonna look up the shrimp population while I talk about the reservations of the Thunder.
Enormous. It's got to be in the billions.
Well, the biggest hurdles was
19 shrimp.
You could eat that. No, you could eat that, no problem.
I think I could eat 19 shrimp.
The biggest hurdle is it was really annoying to the waiter and waitress, whoever was serving you, because it'd be like you get 3 options and then they have to keep checking in with you, and then it was a whole process. I think they got rid of it for that reason.
What sucks? There's a chain in DC called Fresh Baguette, and they had like an OG kind of deal, like the kind of deal you would get in 2007 or something, where it was like $10 a month unlimited coffee or something. $10 a month, you could like walk in, show this card, get a latte, and they beefed it up
because Panera has that too, but I think it's just basic coffee.
Yeah, no, this was like you walk in and you would have somebody make you a cup of coffee with this card for like $10 a month. It's like $50 now, but like and there's not one around me. Otherwise, there's one by where my girlfriend used to work, and I would go there sometimes. But like $50, I would do, because like
That's
I feel like
you
could get your money's worth if you're going every day. But $10, I was like, how are you open right now? Like this, how are you making money?
It can't be profitable for Frito-Lay. It just can't be.
Exactly. Yeah. Damn.
There was an airline in the 90s that sold like an airline pass, or a lifetime pass. Like you pay one time big payment, like $2,000 or something, and then like you get free flights for the rest of the time. And it became such a problem that like they eventually were like buying all the guys out, like all the people who bought the pass out. They're like, I will
Mark
give
Cuban
you
bought one of these.
$1 million. Oh yeah, he might have.
Yeah, it was $100,000 for American Airlines, and you got unlimited first class flights, and so that's terrible deal on American Airlines side. Like they're losing money left and right. Okay. Do you have a reservation? No more Olive Garden. No more American Airlines.
I don't have. My biggest reservation is that we need more than 4 seats for Thunder Olive Garden. If they're all going there, we need way more than 4 seats. But I guess if I have to talk about basketball, not Olive Garden. I thought this was an Olive Garden podcast.
It's everything. It's an everything podcast. But we got to stick to the script.
It's a pasta pass. It's a shrimp. I think it is just 3-point shooting. Like. We have to shoot a little bit better next year, because I feel like even though the Thunder won it all, it was not near their highest level of play throughout the entire run.
Fake. It was fake.
Yeah, it was
Mickey
fake.
Mouse,
it was an asterisk, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, all the characters. So why don't we say Goofy feels like such a good one? Like it's a Goofy run. That kind of hits better. I mean, Mickey Mouse is fun. I like that now in my lexicon. Like my fiance will mention something random. Like I think like at work there was like, I can't remember what it was, but like someone like there was something like someone got like awarded something, or like I think she had to go in and do something because like someone else was out, and I was like, that's a Mickey Mouse excuse, and she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, they got to put me down when
got
I
a promotion at work. Mickey Mouse promotion.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse promotions.
Mickey Mouse.
I think Goofy's too well liked. I feel like Goofy's got a good rep, so it's not
Mickey
really
Mouse is kind of polarizing. Like Disney does something and they're like, I hate you, Mouse.
Yeah.
Goofy's a real dude, huh? He's like a guy.
Yeah, he's too likable. That's the thing.
I could get a beer with Goofy. I could go to Olive Garden with Goofy. I could do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
with
4-person
Mickey.
Olive Garden table. If I have to pick Mickey Mouse characters, good. Thank you for asking. Goofy definitely on there.
Okay.
I think I'd go Donald. Donald seems kind of chill. He feels like he could be kind of annoying, but if you really
Really?
get to know him, then he's kind of a little bit more relaxed. I feel like if I get him food, he'll be fine. That might also be because I've forgotten characters. Let me look up Mickey Mouse characters.
Mouse.
While
I
we're...
just
Going
I
Goofy,
do
going
not
Minnie.
want to listen to Donald's voice.
That's true.
For a full dinner.
I gotta have the huzz. I'm not sitting at a table with all boys.
The Huzz.
Yeah, that's true. It can't be just you got the ratio. You got to worry about the ratio.
I'm pulling up to Olive Garden, worried about the ratio.
I'm
Imagine
sorry.
Olive Garden bouncer. Sorry, dude. We can't have more
Too
guys
many
and girls
dudes.
doing the pasta pass.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, pasta pass requirement. You got to bring a couple of girls. It can't be just 6 dudes. It can't. It's not
That's
allowed.
so funny. Oh my god.
Okay, so sorry, Goofy. Sorry for getting off track. I know.
I don't. Yeah,
I-
please.
Yeah, I
tell
gotta
us.
focus. Goofy, hate Mortimer Mouse. I just looked him up. Just most disgusting character I've
Mortimer
ever seen.
Mouse.
Hate that he exists. Do Chip and Dale count as 1 or 2?
I don't remember
They're pretty
Chip
small.
and
They
Dale
could share a
characters.
seat.
Yeah, I think they could
guess.
say. I think I'm gonna go Chip and Dale as 1. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna say Goofy, Chip and Dale. Minnie seems chill. We're not inviting Mickey. He's gonna make it all about himself. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I need one more. I think it's Scrooge McDuck. I think it's him.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
I think
he would
it's-
like it because it's a good deal. So he'd
Exactly.
be like, yeah,
I think
I'll
he'd be
show
happy. $500,000 or a dinner with Scrooge McDuck. Which way you going?
up. I'm going Scrooge because he's seen ghosts,
Yeah.
so he
Yeah.
can tell me what's up.
That's cool. Okay, glad we got that out of the way. But yeah, biggest reservation with the Thunder is probably 3-point shooting. I would say if I had to say
Nice.
something. And then also, like, what do we do with Isaiah Hartenstein in the big position next season? Because this was supposed to be the hey, what does Sorber have kind of year, and now it's like, oh, he has a torn ACL is what he has, unfortunately.
Yeah. There's no chance anymore that they trade Hartenstein. There's no chance now. I thought there was like the slimmest chance imaginable, but now it's just completely off the table. You think he walks next, like the off season, or is
I
that
don't
something
know.
that's going to loom in like the playoffs and as the season goes on? You think?
I think it's definitely like it wasn't before because everyone kind of felt like it was like, yeah, he's probably going to be gone. We got to find the replacement. Now it's like, well, we don't have a replacement. Do we now just keep him? And do we have to get rid of somebody else? Like, it definitely looms a lot more now. But I mean, there's also a world where it's like, you know, if we're counting on Sorber to be our backup big or play alongside Chet or whatever, you know, whatever route we want to go in his second year anyways, it's like, okay, is he actually ready for that? And even if he played good this year, I'd be worried. Never mind if he struggled, which as a rookie big definitely happened. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it could loom a little bit, but it's like not one of my top concerns. I'm like, go win another championship and we'll figure out what happens with the big spot.
Yeah, it's also tough just because there's so much like every other thing. There's so much redundancy. Where last year it was a pretty healthy Caruso season, right?
Relatively. And we sat him some games. We didn't play him a lot of minutes. I think he played like 58 games. Like it wasn't insane. 54. Yeah, he played 54
Okay.
games. So, but I think a lot of that was like, you know, like Al Horford DNP old situation where
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, like Caruso, his hip, oh, it hurts a little bit. We don't want to push it. Like just save him for the playoffs kind of thing. So,
Yeah, but like even if he went down, even if he misses, like stretch, it's like we only have Lou Dort and Cason Wallace and Jalen Williams. We're stuck with this squad now, and so yeah, I think the 3-point shooting's fair. But
What
then
was the
yeah,
free throw issue we had one episode where we talked about it way too much and it was so boring.
it was probably the
It
worst
was-
episode we've ever done. Like it
Yeah.
was us loading websites for like 20 minutes, like trying to figure
Was
out
it-
what was wrong.
Was it they were really low in attempts?
Yeah, besides Shea, because Shea skews the perception of the team. Nobody else gets free throws on the Thunder, is what it is. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
What did
it's
they
like
end up
Shea gets
finishing?
them. And then we had like one of the worst free throw differentials in the league last season. was bad.
That's what it was. It is.
Yeah,
Well,
we just don't shoot free throws really, but no, it's the reason we won. It's the only thing.
It's both. How can it be
Yeah.
both? It's paradoxical, but it works. Yeah, 28th in free throw rate. 26th in attempts, 19th in makes. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of bad for a team that like
That is crazy, yeah.
that's just such easy offense. Like when shit really gets into the mud, it's very nice to be able to like take a step back and just get a couple free throws. And outside of Shea, they really have no avenue for doing that. That is a place I could see J-Dub improving.
Yeah.
Because his
That's
physicality.
a pretty clear path for improvement because that's
Yeah,
like
there
too
there
bad.
was growth for him, and there were a couple moments in the playoffs where he kind of got into like his I'm just going to draw contact bag. But yeah, I think that's one of the big areas is to get more of that easy offense from the line. You know, Chet getting someone smaller and being able to make it so that they have to wrap him up rather than letting him just go up. Like that is a big area for us because offensively last year it was a lot of hey Shea, hey J-Dub go cook, and then like maybe someone else goes off, or we force a million turnovers and then just get easy points at the basket. Like it was like those kind of things. So if we could, ironically enough, get more free throws,
Yeah.
that would actually be so sick. I would love that.
Yeah, you should go to the park and get that takeoff. You should be like,
Yeah,
well,
I'm
actually,
actually
the
gonna go
Thunder
hoop
don't
today.
take enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, I don't think the Thunder take enough free throws, and have people like throw stones at me. It's gonna be fun.
We just need a better whistle.
All right. So the last question I have is, who do you think will win the 2026 NBA championship?
Washington Wizards.
Okay, hot take. Alex
Yeah.
Sarr MVP, Bilal most improved. I'm seeing the vision.
Yeah, it's either
Shea
them or
does
OKC.
not
I
want to
think.
see Sarr on a switch. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. He
Yeah,
can
Shea
really
doesn't
move.
want anything of CJ McCollum. He doesn't want it.
Oh man, he's still got it. He still shoots well.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess. So
Yeah,
you think the Thunder?
I do think it's us. You know, it's we gotta have a repeat champion at some point, but I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna say that. I don't think it's a guarantee or anything. Like I do. Again, if you ask me, like I think the Nuggets are definitely better. I still think the Cavs are super sick. I think the Knicks got better, even though I think the Cavs are the best in the East.
Yeah.
The Rockets are. I think Kevin Durant significantly improves them because now they go from, hey, our offenses, we're just going to throw the ball at the rim and kind of see what happens and grab
Yeah.
offensive rebounds, to, oh, we have one of the greatest scorers ever. Not to mention Şengün was insane in like Eurobasket. He looks really, really good.
Sniper.
Yeah, Amon Thompson is just like the greatest athlete I've ever seen with my two eyes. It's just a crazy loaded team in Houston.
If you told me that like Nuggets Thunder is decided by which of them has to play the Rockets first, like if that's how the seeding plays out and Houston just like beats the shit out of whoever they see,
Yeah.
I could see that universe break.
Yeah, that's part of like in my brain. I've been like thinking like, what's the bracket gonna look like? I'm hoping it's Thunder 1, Nuggets Rockets 2, 3. So yeah, whichever team comes out of that series just got beat to a pulp, and then the Thunder get to go ahead and play them. Like I think that's the path to the repeat, is not having to go through Houston and Denver. Like that would be really tough. And then I do think, if you ask me, like I could see the Cavs winning, but I do have like, I think my favorites are the Thunder and the Nuggets out west. I think those are like my top two. That's like Cavs, Rockets kind of. So I'm going to go with the Thunder. I think extremely young team, healthier Chet season. The defensive floor gives such a ridiculous just baseline. And if there's offensive growth from Chet, the shooting is like marginally better, then I think it's still the best team in the NBA. And I'm extremely biased, so that's also a part of
That's
it.
why we have you on. I'm not trying to hear some objective bull. I can go to the spreadsheets if I want someone who
my
doesn't have an
God.
opinion.
Trying
you know?
to ruin our great sport with D Raptor. Oh my God.
Disgusting.
Do you think anyone out there this season is as big a threat to you as the Celtics were going into last season?
I do think Denver, just because I think with the Celtics, I actually felt like we had a decent matchup against the Celtics. With as good as they were, it's never a good matchup. But because we're this elite perimeter defense, like one of the best perimeter defenses ever, and that's the Celtics' whole thing. Also, like Jaylen Brown really struggled against us. Like I think the Thunder are a bad matchup for Jaylen Brown specifically. I felt like we were going to be. I thought it was going to be Thunder Celtics, and I had the Thunder winning in the finals. I think with Denver, because we have a lot of positional size, but not a lot of like really big bodies, like Chet is our best rim protector, like overall defender. But Jokic is just so strong and big that we have to put Hartenstein there instead. But then, Chet's able to roam, but you can't really roam off Aaron Gordon anymore, especially not in that series. Oh my God, could he please stop hitting threes?
Oh my God. What a waste. What a fucking... I mean, that was really what pissed me off. Is like, guys, Aaron Gordon's giving it everything he has. Can we please win? And yeah, just didn't work out that way. But... yeah. I think you guys are in good position for next season.
But that's it's just with the Nuggets. It's like when it's such a good downhill. Like I think the team that beats the Thunder is a team that is really good on the inside and also knocks down those threes because we're going to leave corner shooters open. It's going to happen more often if you've got Jokic down low. Like I think that's why they are the biggest threat, clearly to me, to the Thunder.
Well, so it sounds like you might be a little worried if Embiid's healthy out east. I mean, that's a big guy down low. Jared McCain can make some threes. Tyrese Maxey.
That would be the craziest timeline. Is they lose to the Sixers because the Sixers finally make the finals.
Oh, do not let a Dembo because that's like East.
Don't let Chet see Bona. He doesn't want that, dude. He's going right through his chest.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. Don't let Chet see a Dembo. Chet top 5. Chet good big. What are you talking about? He does not want to see a Dembona at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Not under the bright lights. That's for sure.
All right. Thank you for coming on. Do you want to plug anything while you have the platform?
Yeah, Olive Garden, bring back the pasta pass. We need
bring
it.
The back,
people need
baby.
It. This country, if it's one thing that's going to save this country, it's the pasta pass. Desperately need it. That and my YouTube channel, Threecone, no underscore on that one on YouTube, all spelled out. I talk about basketball sometimes. Might even drop a video today talking about NBA jerseys. Crazy, right? Crazy concept. Nice. We're at that point in the off season where I made a jersey tier list video.
Hey, we're doing previews, so it's right around the corner at least.
We're almost there. So that same overall on Twitter, doing more on TikTok and Instagram now. Actually, if you're a soccer fan, I've been doing a series reacting to soccer highlights for the first time, which is crazy that it's done way better than any of my basketball content ever. I've had multiple 500,000 view TikToks watching soccer highlights. It's crazy.
Wait, is it like first time watching Neymar highlights? Is it that type of thing? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And
who's your favorite?
I've not done Messi or Ronaldo. I know a little bit about them, but I've been trying to save them. Favorite so far, Neymar's highlights were kind of sick. He was one of the first ones I did.
Yeah, he's like Kyrie.
Yeah.
I've been also doing an NBA player comparison every time. For him, it was Kyrie AI. Like I'm trying to see how some people were like, your comparison absolutely sucks. And then some people were like, hey, you kind of cooked with this one. Like Lewandowski, I said was Kevin Durant. How do we feel about that one?
I don't know. I never watched Lewandowski.
Hell yeah.
That does seem insulting though, because I don't think he's that level.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
fuck that. It's bad actually.
Yeah, he used to tear up Germany, but that's a farmers league, so.
Yeah, he's playing soccer against plumbers, kind of thing. Oh, and then also do a lot of stuff on Snapback Sports. So go check out Snapback Sports. They're doing a few of the guys are doing a college football tour right now. So if you like college football, they're going to like a different game, or multiple different games every single week. So
nice. Hell yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's been sick. Cone, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And David Robinson, take it away.
Up tempo means I'm gonna run you into the ground.